Kim Kardashian is the entrepreneur behind the well-known shapewear line SKIMS. Her business is now being threatened by none other than her ex-husband Kanye West and his wife Bianca. Hello and welcome back to another video.
You know, all of my aspirations are things that currently only 60-year-old white people do. So I have to redefine and let people know exactly.
Today's topic will be Kim Kardashian's terrified reaction to Kanye and Bianca's rivalry to skim her shapewear line. Kim Kardashian's shapewear has been revolutionized by its wide size range, diverse models, and innovative styles. SKIMS quickly became popular, but success often brings problems. Kim's most recent one is even closer to home than she could have imagined. It's worth noting that Kim has taken onto rival brands commonly found in stores such as TJ Maxx, Ross Off-Price, Saks Fifth Avenue Outlet, and The Rack by Neiman Marcus.
Saying, let's start with this. I'm a creative genius.
I know it's been a big week with a lot of attention on Kim and Kanye. However, Kanye appears to have undergone a significant transformation, and can Kim's efforts, on the other hand, outshine him? I'm not talking about vintage items or items from the 1990s stashed away in someone's closet. Dolce & Gabbana faced challenges and questions of whether anyone purchased their products after seeing a strange display of purple curtains in Italy. Nonetheless, Marc Jacobs has chosen her to represent his company. Marc Jacobs is the main pillar of support for TJ Maxx, Ross, and Marshalls. Michael Kors, on the other hand, provides a little flair and has a talent for catching the right inspirations. So she couldn't have explored teaming with Marc Jacobs, who is well known for his bags. Marc Jacobs could be considered a more upscale designer. Kate Spade and Idemus seemed to dismiss Kate last week, saying that Kim does not represent Balenciaga. So Kim embraced the Marc Jacobs 2023 campaign, possibly to explain the origins of a 35 bag made of synthetic leather and plastic. I presume that since Demna informed Kate that Kim isn't a well-liked figure, Kate responded by stating that since Demna didn't propel her into fashion, she will continue to work for those who truly understand fashion. Because of this, Kim went ahead with it. Kim, according to rumors, has recently entered the fashion world and is reportedly associated with Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs' 3 photographs show the inventor of SKIMS dressed in excess of polka dots and leather items. Someone must serve as a positive role model for them. But, my dear people, let us move on and concentrate on the present. Kim's attempt to popularize the Marc Jacobs bag is truly beyond my comprehension. The one that pretends to be a fake Birkin while insisting on being a tote bag despite the lack of genuine leather. But who can understand it? My friends, I'll tell you who can, and it's none other than Yeezy. From a post that has since been removed, we have proof that Kanye is about to have a major takeover. Do you remember Nas? Nas is a member of Kanye West's Los Angeles clothing team, Kanye's Squad. Dove when confronted with specific problems that require immediate action. Nas, an employee of bridging the gap between Los Angeles fashion and Yeezy, questions why they need to discuss business with him and wonders who this dog is. Dove is a Canadian entrepreneur and apparel manufacturer, in case you were wondering. He is best known for founding American Apparel, a company that ruled the country from 2012 to 2016. If you remember, I predicted this event a few months ago and was laughed at. The Balenciaga models wore the infamous jazz pants and everything else associated with American Apparel, thanks to Demna. Take note, Dove is the brains behind American Apparel, which was among the top apparel producers in the country until its bankruptcy filing in 2015. In fact, Kanye is attempting to create a competitor to SKIMS, and, intriguingly, he is not simply collaborating with top industry figures to do so. They have established manufacturers, and Kanye is set to expand significantly. Kanye has often stated his desire to democratize fashion. Dove is well versed in the operational framework required. More importantly, can you fully comprehend the magnitude of this development? Can you imagine the extent of Kim's dissatisfaction? Kim's small empire is supported solely by SKIMS. Some may argue that Kanye has a vested financial interest in the success of SKIMS. However, it is important to note that Kanye owns only 5% of the company, while 5 is a sizable proportion. It's important to remember that Kanye made the conscious decision to distance himself from the situation. It's also worth noting that Kanye turned down a $1 billion deal with Adidas because they insisted on exercising control over SKIMS. I believe I understand why Kanye West made this decision. However, it is critical to recognize that it was a deliberate decision, based on his previous experiences. Realizing that if someone could take $1 billion from his contracts and subject him to various manipulations, why would he entrust such authority to anyone else as he embarks on a resurgence? Sway provided the answer, stating that he is taking control of everything under his own banner. We do, in fact, have that information, but what else are we capable of? What additional knowledge do we have? He shared his concepts, marketing strategies, and clothing designs with SKIMS on a regular basis, essentially treating it as the unofficial extension of Yeezy. However, he is now doing everything on his own, with Bianca serving not only as his muse but also as his creative partner. He's taken on the self-reliant stance, orchestrating clothing projects, and reviving his shoe ventures. Remember when Kim released those perplexing concrete bath products with no coherent rationale? Who, after all, would pay for Kim Kardashian's concrete toothbrush holder? It defies logic that such items are readily available at stores such as Bed Bath & Beyond. When Kanye secured Yeezy's industry's trademark, he aimed to encompass a wide range of offerings ranging from home goods to personal care items to soul nourishment. He even considered working in the food industry. His dedication to these ideas has not wavered, but his first step is to reclaim what is rightfully his. It's worth noting that he still owns 5% of SKIMS, not to mention how disappointed he was to learn that Kim had given him the smallest portion of SKIMS. Kanye received the smallest percentage of ownership in SKIMS, which clearly enraged him, even though others argue that SKIMS is extremely valuable. If I recall correctly, Jared Kushner's brother received a larger stake. Kanye has gained valuable insight after previously declining lucrative Adidas partnerships worth billions of dollars. Kanye has learned the importance of maintaining autonomy. Despite skepticism and laughter from some quarters, he is embarking on a daring venture to build his own realm. He made contacts with a major retail entity that had previously faced bankruptcy due to lawsuits, including those involving essays and other matters. He now has 5% ownership in SKIMS, which is a fraction of what he had before. SKIMS can be considered an asset. Kanye remains committed to his goal, considering the one issue he consistently expressed concern about during his time at Adidas. Kanye's consistent complaint during his time with Adidas comes to mind. He wanted the Yeezy to be reasonably priced. Mark my words, he imagined the market falling. A fashion show is planned for the end of September or the beginning of October. This event will not only debut his new album and accompanying visuals, but will also make them widely available. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the bell button, subscribe, and leave a like, so you won't miss any of our forthcoming videos. Also, don't forget to give your opinions in the comments box.